It was once the jewel of the Aztec Empire.
It was a very clean city.
But today, Mexico City is swimming in garbage.
I dive in the sewers.
Mexico City's current residents seem to have forgotten the lessons of their ancestors. And that's coming back to haunt them as they struggle to save their city from choking on its own waste. Mexico City. It's the second largest urban area in the world and growing fast. In the past 40 years, Mexico City's population has more than doubled. And today, over 20 million residents have pushed the city's sanitation infrastructure to the brink of disaster. Its main dump, one of the largest on the planet, is so stuffed it can't hold much more. Above the city, smog stains the sky. And underground, collapsing sewers leak raw sewage into the city's streets. Hard to believe that 500 years ago, this was the most pristine city in the world. It was the centerpiece of the Aztec Empire. Clean and majestic, a city floating in the middle of a lake. History professor Federico Navarrete Linares.
When the Aztecs came here, this was basically a watery place, full of water, full of reeds, full of all kinds of vegetation. It was more a swamp than a lake, but it was very verdant and very fertile.
The Aztecs built their city on an island. They filled the marshes with volcanic rock and built temples on them. They also dug a series of canals and created floating gardens that supplied the city with corn, fruit, and flowers. These plots were called chinampas. Most of them have disappeared, swallowed up by the city, but those few that remain are still productive today. And they provide a glimpse of what Mexico City looked like in Aztec times.
The importance of the chinampas since the time of the Aztecs is indisputable. The chinampas fed all the pre-Hispanic Aztecs, and today they still provide a large amount of vegetables to the city of Mexico.
The plots were built using a framework of cane filled with mud and fertilized with aquatic mulch. But the secret ingredient that enriched the soil was manure. Human manure.
For the Aztecs, human excrement was a precious thing because since they didn't have any large domesticated animals, they didn't have cows, they didn't have horses, donkeys, or even pigs, they didn't have any source of animal manure. So human excrement was used as the main fertilizer for agriculture, and as such, it was not viewed as something wasteful or something dirty, but rather as something precious.